Aloha, it is day 24 of the Eat Local Maui challenge, and when I woke up today I was so excited that my false ava ferment had really started to take off. So I'm going to go ahead and start off by bottling that up. All right, so that false ava wild yeast ferment natural soda is so just all by itself. But I'm gonna actually go ahead and harvest this. It's a very common, short, sweet little plant. Most commonly people call it root beer plant, but the scientific name is Polygala paniculatum. Another common name is Island Snakeroot. And whenever I try and dry or tincture, infuse into alcohols this plant, it never seems to really hold the flavor. So I'm just going to add just these little rootlets to my active fermentation to get some of that delicious flavor and biodiversity. All right, so I'm gonna take those tiny little roots of the Island Snakeroot, which is really more of a wintergreen flavor, and put it into my jar without any type of cooking at all. And then I'm also going to add, I have some kāhili ginger rhizome and some culinary ginger, and I have a little bit of cinnamon bark, and I have a little piece of vanilla bean that's cut in half, and I have a little bit of coriander seeds, and I have a little bit of wild fennel seeds, and I have a clove. All right, so I've closed up the lid, and I'm gonna put it back in the refrigerator, and I'll check it occasionally, but I wanna let it sit for at least a week with all those beautiful herbs and spices that I put in there. And honestly, making a honey syrup with all of those, except for the Island Snakeroot, is really a nice way to make sure you kind of get all of those flavors. But I've done this recipe in many different ways, and ultimately, don't forget me when you make this, because it's the combination of the flavors that I just shared, and you just basically cannot mess this up. So letting it ferment longer will help mellow some of that sugar, help those flavors infuse, and it's so good. Local, wild inspired root beer. All right, made up some breakfast. You can read all the ingredients used in the farms they come from on my blog, but the fun wild things are I pretty much eat wild amaranth every day during the rainy times. So yeah, this is some wild amaranth in there, along with katuk from the garden, etc. And then I also have some sea lettuce. It's a limu, it's a sea vegetable that I powdered and put on top. So all right, so a friend gifted me some apples, and super excited. I have been sauteing them up, and I am attempting a batter, and I'm so nervous that it's gonna fail because I have all these beautiful, precious ingredients. But here in the batter is some cassava flour that I made along with egg, and I made some coconut milk, and so I'll share the recipe if it works. All right, so unfortunately it did not rise, which is a bummer. It'll probably still get eaten, but yeah, that is flat as a pancake. All right, so really wasn't my favorite, but this guy seems to love it. Anything with a little bit of honey and butter on top. Yeah? You like it?
Love it.
Is it yummy?
Yummy. Yummy beyond yummy.